And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Two.
Second down, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Dancing to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And now running right through it. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Let's go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Andrew Sendejo in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
20.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Hey, steamer.
Tight end right.
You hard? In. Wide. Where's your hard?
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Throw left side, on target to Thielen. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Find out.
From the gun, Bridgewater. He can run for it, and he will. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch tight. Tight is right.
Go Delta.
58, right over there. Right over there. Yeah. Right, 58, right there. You can't hang. You're not going to get me.
They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against defense. They'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Ready.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
Watch number 33. Tight left.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Ready. Go Delta.
Here's Bridgewater. And that is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And he lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one. Opportunistic
by the defense. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Following the interception, Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And Rudolph has it left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Bridgewater now from the 50. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Bridgewater now. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Leonard Floyd in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Wide. Left 50.
Now Cousins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Big hold of the 30. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Hey, gun.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Buying time to his left. That's caught inside the 20. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Remain in a scoreless 1st half. More from Minneapolis after this. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And Parkey's kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing is Bridgewater. That's complete to Robinson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Bridgewater. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Matt Weil now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan. And incomplete on the deep ball. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And Parkey's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go. Give me energy. Gun. Gun. Liz, 50. Here we go.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Gun. Lucky 50. 2. Wide.
Cousins to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And still fighting. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Tuesday.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Hey, express. Right.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Get up!
It's Pumphrey on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Right.
Play action. It's Ryan. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. They're looking for a spark defensively. When he went for that ball, probably thought he had a chance at the pick. And remember, they had 2 last week in the win. Obviously losing here.
Well, you talked about looking for a spark, and the best sparks are when you make big plays for your team. And he had that opportunity there. Couldn't haul it in, but that doesn't mean they're going to back off at all. They figure if they can get one of those takeaways, they can spark their team to a win.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He hits White, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Again, it's Pumphrey. And he stopped immediately there. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the pickup, but they're still a few inches short now on 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A first down throw for Cousins. The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Yellow, 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 yellow. Lynch 50, Lynch 50.
Throwing, Cousins. Flush to his right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Rhino! 300.
Cousins now to throw on first down. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Steps away to his left. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, You don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
11. Hey, gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Anthony Barr in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. 23 yards on the play. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them locked on their heels.
Dancing to his left. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Gun.
Cousins now from the 50. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Wide. Let's 50.
Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Gun. Wide.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. On the run, it's Pumphrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run again with Pumphrey. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Bears on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They run with Pumphrey. Oh, fighting off the defender. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Hunt. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Let's go.
Here's Hunt. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a handoff looking right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for Chicago, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.